Gasp! He doesn't have a beard anymore! Oh no! Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream, and yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. It's not Christmas Eve yet, but we're doing a live stream just to give you guys a little something for the holiday season. And yes, I do have a Batman Returns costume, and I did see the NC's review. I just watched it. I thought it was actually really funny. But yeah, it's Christmas time. You know, the season of giving, all that bullshit, and we cannot see family. I should let you guys know that I will be spending Christmas alone, which is fine. I'm not worried about that, honestly. It's been a rough year for a lot of people, and I think just the whole traditionalism of Christmas, like that's something I love, is because like Toronto just went under lockdown, and we're gonna be on lockdown for about 4 weeks. Oh, you want to join KaijuNetwork? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll send you a link when we're good to go. But, yeah, it's basically, you know, we just went under lockdown, and we're going to be like this for about 4 weeks. So I will unfortunately not be seeing my family just due to safety, and, you know, you don't want to take the risk or anything like that. And it sucks. But at the same time, it's like, this is going to be a learning curve for a lot of people, is, you know, not everybody's going to be able to celebrate Christmas together, and it's fine. I got you guys, you know, you guys make it all worthwhile. Happy holidays, guys. Yeah, everybody in the chat. Merry Christmas and shit. But yeah, it's very, very simple, small, not all like family get together thing. But anyway, yeah, I love that. Oh well, we're because we're under curfew essentially. We're under lockdown. We're not allowed to see each other. But the whole thing is the magic of Christmas will bring us all together and cure COVID. No, it won't. No, it won't. It's just the bottom line. And that's the basic situation. But yeah, it's gonna be a very very kind of quiet Christmas for me, which I'm fine. You know what? I mean, I've always saw myself as kind of a Scrooge anyway. I mean, not that I don't like Christmas. It's just the amount of pressure and the amount of commercialism involved can be very toxic, and also very kind of like meh. But you know, I like my Christmas movies. I like my Batman Returns. I've actually, you know, I love how that's the biggest conversation now this year. We went from Die Hard being a Christmas movie, now we're all about Batman Returns, and I've been saying this for fucking years, that Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. In fact, I'll say this: Batman Returns, my favorite Batman movie. You know, I mean, not just the fact it's a Christmas movie, but just the fact that it is the darkest Batman ever got. Like, closest to a hard R Batman movie in terms of darkness, violence, visuals. I want this Batman again, god damn it. I love it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sitting in his library, I'll just be like this. I'll be like, exactly, Sean. I like Jingle All the Way. I'm actually one of those people who think it's actually very underrated. I think a lot of people bash it, but I think it's hilarious. Just Arnold in a Christmas movie, like, where's your Christmas spirit? It's like, put that cookie down! No! Love Jingle All the Way. I love the Rankin Bass shorts. You know, I even like, you know, if you guys want to see me do a Christmas special, I've done 2. I would recommend, for all my new subscribers, by the way, which we've hit over 14,100. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. For those who just joined us, if you want to see me do a couple Christmas specials, check out my top 10 or top 14 favorite Christmas specials, I think. I can't remember. And my review of Christopher the Christmas Tree, which is a very underrated Christmas Canadian classic. Please go check this out. I do want to do more down the line. I thought about obviously reviewing, trying to think. Actually, you know what? Sean and I could vouch for this. Hook is a Christmas movie. Hook is a Christmas movie. There. You know, it's snowing. It's Christmassy in the beginning. The Hook's a Christmas movie. You're welcome. That's going to be the next argument. That's going to be the argument for next year for its 30th anniversary. But in terms of Christmas movies, you know, like things like, I'm trying to think of some other Christmas movies I like. I mean, I want to talk about probably my favorite adaptations of the Nutcracker, because I'm a big Nutcracker fan. I love the story. I love the ballet. Really like the, what is it? There's a couple of my favorites. I really dig the Macaulay Culkin version. I know it's kind of cheap and everything, but I like it. I really like Nutcracker Prince with Kiefer Sutherland as the Nutcracker. A lot of people in that. That's an animated classic. I even like the Care Bears Nutcracker. Care Bears Nutcracker was awesome. That was great. Even though like the bad guy, the Vizier and the Rat King, they're just freaking no heart and beastly from the TV series. Like they were creatively bankrupt with that special. Like, but still good. It's still a good Christmas movie. Things like, I'm trying to think of some other Christmas movies that I haven't talked about. I mean, I like my Santa Claus parades that I used to go to in Toronto. Mickey's Nutcracker. I don't know if you guys remember Mickey's Nutcracker. Mickey's Nutcracker was basically, Mickey's Nutcracker was actually a live show that used to be at Disneyland back in the early 90s, I think. And it was just basically Mickey and friends all doing the Nutcracker. And the live show at Disneyland was so popular that they actually aired it on ABC, and they aired it on the ABC Family Channel, which we have here in Canada. And it's actually a good adaptation. One thing I thought about talking about that one, like maybe with me and Brad for like a Lost Media junkie. No, he's not. He's not Huey. He's a good guy, a really big donator to our channel. But anyways, so I remember I actually kind of want to do the whole like review Mickey's Nutcracker with Bradley, because he does Lost Media, and it is kind of a Lost Media thing. And one thing I love in the movie is when the Rat King shows up from under the stage. They bring him up, and like fog's coming out of the rat hole, and they bring him up, and they play this awesome rock ass guitar version of the Nutcracker. It's like I'm like, oh my god, that's so cheesy, and I love it. But man, I want to talk about Mickey's Nutcracker at some point. I want to talk about a few things Christmas at some point on my show. No, there has never been a King Kong Christmas, if you're wondering. The closest we got was the King Kong Encounter, and other Universal attractions during the holidays would put a Santa hat on Kong. But that's about it. It's Santa Kong. How does he deliver the presents? Does he just like crush your house? Oh my god. Yeah, they changed it to the Rat King, to the Mouse King from the Rat King, because Mickey Mouse. That's the thing too with like, what is the original source? Is it the Rat King or the Mouse King? I can't remember who's who in terms of like the actual one. I have seen Robert Zemeckis' Christmas Carol. Yes, JT. Peter Jackson's Kong, which just had his 15th anniversary a few days ago, is a Christmas movie. It technically is a Christmas movie. There are Christmas trees in Central Park, and Kong and Anne are on the ice thing, and I still love that scene. I don't care if people thought it was goofy. Fuck you. I love that. There's your King Kong Christmas right there. But yeah, just I love that kind of shit. So just little Christmas specials and stuff I enjoy. Even like old Christmas commercials. Like one of my favorites is, okay, so I don't have Coke, obviously, for Christmas, because that's the big sponsorship. I have Pepsi, because I don't know what's a Pepsi. But I remember there was a commercial, like those Coca-Cola commercials with Santa, and there was one with a fucking, some load of trucks full of Coca-Cola are coming down. And basically, you know, this kid gets a Coca-Cola, and then he looks at the back of the truck, and there's Santa holding a Coke, and he's like, and then there's like that jingle, the holidays are coming. I'm like, okay, I remember that one. Remember the M&M's ones. There's some good ones out there. I had like a whole backlog of VHS tapes my grandma used to record that actually had a bunch of Christmas commercials. Favorite actors to play Santa Claus? Ooh. I would say my favorite is probably Richard Attenborough from the remake of Miracle on 34th Street. I love the original. Don't get me wrong. I love the original. But the best two things about the remake were Richard Attenborough and Mara Wilson were the best things about that remake. I didn't really care much for the rest. But I love Richard Attenborough as Santa Claus. You know what? I like James Earl Jones as Santa Claus. Yeah, he played Santa at one point. He was in, there was a Recess Christmas where all the kids are, like, I think, like, Mikey or something, the whole thing about Santa Claus, and then fucking James Earl Jones comes out as Santa, and then fucking Mikey looks up and is like, he shaved. Like, James Earl Jones is Santa. It's Darth Vader as Santa Claus. Come on. Yes, Oasis. Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie. I love Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands is the best Tim Burton movie. I've really lost interest in Tim, but I think that's still his magnum opus, Edward Scissorhands. But love that one. Wow, there's a lot of people bringing up Christmas movies. Favorite Christmas horror movie? I would have to say either Edward Scissorhands or Batman Returns. Despite them being comic book and, you know, basic movies, they're have some creepy, freaky imagery. There's something about Tim Burton making scary Christmas movies that actually work. In fact, why didn't he direct Black Christmas? Like, why didn't he do a remake? He would have soared at that. I have not seen Big Fish, or is this The God? You know what? I've only seen Die Hard once on television. I thought it was okay. Yeah, but it's a Christmas movie. Haven't read any of the Tarzan comic books, David. Worst Christmas movies. Ooh, I can answer that one. I can answer a few. Deck the Halls is a piece of shit. I remember I watched that and it was awful. Really didn't care for all the Home Alone sequels after 2. In fact, you know what? I'll say this. Home Alone 2 is the best Home Alone movie. Like, I know a lot of people don't like... I know a lot of people love the first one. A lot of people really dig the first movie. I love the first one, too. It's a classic. But I kind of like 2 more because it's got Tim Curry. And he just makes everything great. Just fucking... That's the best one. I have not seen The King, David the Master. I have not. Dear BigJackFilms, what's your personal favorite Skull Island creature from the Peter Jackson version that isn't Kong? Mine is probably... Yours is the meat weasel carnic. Oh God, you're into the penis bug. I prefer the V-Rex from the Peter Jackson film. Yeah, Home Alone 2 is the best, Sean. I love Home Alone 2. I haven't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I know it's one of those so bad it's good movies, but don't know if that's up my alley currently. You know, other than that, I like my scary Christmas movies. I like my dark... If you guys want to know, like, if you want to see my top 14 favorite Christmas specials, go check out my YouTube channel. But number 2 best Christmas movie, in my opinion, is the movie Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton and Tony Cox and Bernie Mac and John Ritter. That is a demented, dark, hilarious Christmas movie. Like, that to me is like as an adult, that is me. Like, I am literally sometimes Billy Bob Thornton around the holidays. I just don't give a shit, but I can relate. But it's so fucking funny. I haven't seen the sequel. I've heard mixed things about the sequel, but I really dig Bad Santa. That is my favorite Christmas movie. That movie is funny as hell. I'm a big fan of, you know, dark humor and, you know, pretty adult humor, but, yeah, that's my personal favorite. Trying to think of some other Christmas. Oh, the live action. You know what? I've seen the majority of the live action ones. I skipped out on the 4th one. I haven't seen, what is it, The Road Ship? You know, here's how I can rank those live action films. Like, well, first of all, the best album in the Chipmunks movie is The Chipmunk Adventure. That is the best thing they ever fucking did. That is like Around the World in 80 Days. It's Jaws. It's this. It's got great musical numbers. It's like great 80s tracks. Love the first Chipmunks movie. But I freaking love that. But in terms of the live action ones, the first one's it's okay. David Cross is the best thing about the films. The Squeakquel, I didn't like how they. One thing I have a real pet peeve with is them sexualizing the Chipettes. I think that's really fucking stupid. But yeah, the second one was okay. The third one I actually really liked. I thought it was actually really funny. When they go like get shipwrecked and all the island stuff, like that was pretty solid. But yeah, the Chipmunk Adventure, that is the best film. If you want a good Chipmunk movie, go watch that. They're on these hot air balloons and they go around the world and they have to do a diamond heist. Like, there's some clever, it's like an action adventure movie, you know, and it's just with chipmunks. It's awesome. But to be fair, the 2 best things the Chipmunks ever did was, in my opinion, I've actually thought about doing like a review of this as the final season of the original 80s series, called Chipmunks Go to the Movies. They actually, because I think at some point, as most TV shows would eventually do, is that they start to run out of ideas. That their last scene is, let's just do a bunch of movie parodies. Let's just do a bunch of movies as episodes. So they did, obviously, Kong 76 for one episode. And then they also did, which I think is so funny to think about, they parodied this, Batman 89. They basically did Batmonk with the jokester and stuff, and they did a pretty kick-ass cover track of Danger Zone from Top Gun, which is not in Batman, but it actually works well. Plus, in my opinion, the episode Batmonk has the best Batmobile design ever. Now, that's not to take away from my favorite Batmobile vehicle, which is this fella right here, the 89 car. This is the best Batmobile. But to simply put it, they basically created a Bat Transformer. Basically, take the Batmobile, and then it basically, if it needs to start flying, it jumps off a ramp, and then it turns into the Batwing, and then it goes into the water, it becomes the Batpole. I'm like, first of all, why haven't any of the movies thought of doing this? Batman's a billionaire. He can create whatever he wants. He could just create all the vehicles into one. And two, and make a kick-ass toy. Well, it's funny because like they did do that. They did create sort of a Bat Transformer vehicle, and the reason I know this is because I had this toy when I actually got it for Christmas one year when I was a kid. When Batman Forever came out, they came up with this really cool toy where you could either get the vehicles individually, the Batmobile, the Batboat, and the Batwing, right? You can get them all individually. Kenner was making those, but what if they were to combine them all into one? You're like, there's no way they can do that, but they did. They basically had it where you get the main sort of Batwing, like kind of torso, and then you can make the Batwing with the two wings kind of click together, but then you can take them apart, and then you can put the two sides of the Batmobile on, and then you can take those apart, and you can slide the Batboat piece. It was the coolest toy. I think, honestly, out of all the Batman Forever merchandise, I had all those toys as a kid, but I had this. I kind of wanted it again. I want to get it in the box. But it was such a cool toy because, like, you could just combine them all into one, and you could just have so much fun, put your action figures in it, make Batman and Robin go on these adventures. It was awesome. Oh, it did do that. Well, that's the thing, Huey. Animation, you can get away with that more, but live action, it's like, make that a thing. Then freaking Justice League, Batman had a big bat machine box dome. I don't even know what the fuck that was. It's the bat what the fuck whatever that is. That's what I call it. But, oh my god, like, come on. Come on, I want this. Tim Curry is the Grinch. It's like, excuse me, Who's? Do you have a can of Who hash? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out. You know what? I know. See, here's a question I have, and I want to know everybody's opinion in the comments. Do you like Ron Howard's Grinch? Because, quite frankly, as much as I love the cartoon, as much the Chuck Jones cartoon is a classic, as much as I love the book, I really, really love the Ron Howard film. I don't know why people hate it. Why do people hate it? I don't understand it. I freaking love it. The makeup by Rick Baker is amazing. The production design, good lord, the production design is like, no wonder I think it didn't win, or like it was nominated, but like no wonder it got an Academy Award recognition. Like the production design on the Grinch is spectacular. No, you know what? Just ignore it, Huey. Just ignore it. I love that movie. I don't care. Like, go watch it again. It's so good. Jim Carrey was born for that role. He made it. He made that character much more iconic in the pop culture, I think. Like, I think for me, that was probably the last good Jim Carrey movie. I know he's come back with Sonic. I know, guys, but there was a period of time where he was not as good as he used to be. But that was Jim Carrey at peak Jim Carrey for me. I love the Ron Howard Grinch. I've actually visited the set of Whoville. I was at the Universal Studios tram tour, and they actually, after you visit Amity and see the big jaw shark go, yum, 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 right? You go up a hill, and then all of a sudden you're in Whoville, and the sets were still standing there. It was actually really freaking cool. But then you turn a corner, and then right across from Whoville is the Bates Motel. And you're thinking, I want to see a scenario where Norman Bates just goes to Whoville and starts stabbing them. That would be hilarious. Although, unfortunately, the Whoville set actually got torn down. They actually tore it down recently, and I don't know what they did with all the props and stuff, but yeah, that was a great set. I love the set of Whoville in that movie. Was that longer on television? I don't know. I think that's been. I always found they shortened it down, probably because of some of the humor being a little too crude for children. But no, really, there's an extended cut of the Jim Carrey Grinch. Cat in the Hat has its moments, but it's a bad movie. It's a really, really bad movie. I mean, but it has some positives. Not worth watching the whole movie, but just seeing scenes. I really dug the I actually thought the makeup on Mike Myers was okay. I thought Mike Myers tried to be. There are some funny moments with him, and you know what? I even like the joke about Universal Studios. I actually do like that joke. I hated it when it started, but now kind of like it. My problem with Jim Carrey's Grinch is that he's too over the top and unsympathetic. Well, they had a backstory with his character. In fact, you know what? I actually kind of relate to him in that film because you know what? God, I would not want to live in Whoville. Whoville looks nice, but good fucking Lord, is it a corrupt town? It is, the government's corrupt. It's capitalistic and commercialized as fuck. Fuck Whoville. Fuck the mayor. The mayor's a... Okay, who's the actor who plays the mayor? I swear, he's basically, I'm going to be a fat bad guy in every movie I'm in. I'm going to be the fat asshole mayor in every movie. Because he was also in, what was it? He was in the movie Muppets from Space. He was the government agent guy. So basically, I'm going to be the fat bad guy in every movie. Fuck, I'm surprised he hasn't been cast as, like, Pinhead for a Marvel thing. Like, he would be perfect at that. But yeah, I can relate to the Grinch. It's not that he's sympathetic. You can relate because you see that this town is like fucked up as hell. I would not want to live in Whoville. There are 3 towns. Make it 4. I would never want to live in. I'll skip one. There's 3 towns. Fictional towns I would never want to be a resident of. Whoville, Dimsdale, and Springfield. Fuck every one of those goddamn towns. Every one of them. They all suck. Fuck. Quahog is more suitable. Quahog is more suitable. Screw Springfield from The Simpsons. Or racist. Screw Springfield, screw Dimsdale, and screw Whoville. Oh my god. Because Dimsdale's the same problem. It's corrupt as hell. And everybody in Dimsdale, from Fairly Odd Parents, everybody from Dimsdale is an asshole. The only competent person in the entire town is Timmy. Because he actually has a conscience. His parents are awful. Awful human beings. Awful human beings. I hate Timmy's parents. Screw Dimsdale. Doug Dimmadone's oh my god. The things I could say about Doug Dimmadome. Okay, there are a couple of characters I do like in Dimsdale. You know what? I like the reporter. I'm Chefubusha. I love just his name. I prefer that than Kent Brockman. Man, Chefubusha. Okay, Bikini Bottom. You know what? I'd rather live in Bikini Bottom at least. Like, look, people are assholes, but they can admit to being assholes. Also, not gonna lie, I'd want to try a Krabby Patty. I know isn't there somewhere in the world somebody did make an actual legit Krusty Krab? Because if that actually exists, I would love to drive down there to do a food corner and just try a Krabby Patty, just for the hell of it. That and the chum bucket, you know. And you know what? That's the thing. I'll say this: like, Plankton's a dick, but you know what? God damn it, support the small time business. You know, I'd go to the chum bucket and try his food. Why not? Why not? I'll be a customer. You know, I'll support the small time worker. You know. But yeah, freaking, you know, it's funny. It's funny because I've been on a bit of a pirate kick, obviously, if you guys have seen my TikToks. But I've also been on a bit of a SpongeBob kick. I've been watching a lot of early SpongeBob. The first SpongeBob Christmas special, Christmas Who, great Christmas special. That song, remember they played that all the time on YTV. That was the shit. Yeah, I know. Like, the creator of SpongeBob, really heard he was a really nice guy. I really want to meet Tom Kenny. I heard he's a really nice guy, but his best character isn't SpongeBob. It's Patchy the Pirate. I love Pat. I want to cosplay Patchy the Pirate. That would be amazing. In fact, I love somebody on Twitter tagged me in a tweet when Warner Brothers had and HBO Max had their big announcement thing. And me, Sean, and Ryan from KaijuNetwork, we were all waiting for it. We were all waiting for this announcement on the whole Godzilla versus Kong thing. And afterwards, we're just like so stunned they didn't show a thing. So literally, somebody tweeted to me a video of like me waiting for it, and it's just me as Patchy going, "That's it? That's the last episode? That was just a bunch of cheap walk cycles!" And oh, like that whole scene where he's trashing, it's like, I'm gonna get rid of all my SpongeBob stuff. I just want to put over an Academy Award-winning performance. Oh God. Thoughts on Dr. Strangelove? It's okay. The opinion on Ultraman? Never watched it. I would rather live in Gotham. I would rather live in Gotham because at least Batman's around. At least there's some cool shit that's happening every other day. You know, it's like Batman. It's like yes, Batman. Saw somebody going through. That's amazing. Sean, somebody going through his Jack Sparrow's like, I'll get one of those filet of fishes, mate. Ooh. Yeah, I've been on a bit of a pirate kick. I want like when I finished all my Legos actually, guys, which was pretty cool. I'll show you guys that at some point. But built all my pirate shits, which is cool. So yeah. If King of the Lost movie is your most hated movie, what is your most hated anime movie? I will answer that right now, Dion. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. Oh, God, I have things to say about that at some point. At some point, I will discuss that film in depth of how much it sucks. And I want to talk about the first one. In fact, I think that might be one of my reviews next year. I would actually love to talk about the first Hunchback movie next year. You know, 25th anniversary. Why the hell not? Wait, when did it come out? Was it 96? I think it was 96. It was the year before Hercules, which was 97. So I'll probably talk about Hunchback for its 25th anniversary. That would be something fun to do. Because that is my favorite Disney film of all time for how dark it is. Worst anime ever. You know what? I can't really say. Anything that's a ripoff of anime, like from like Korea or China, I just fuck those. They're awful. 96. Okay, good. Yeah, because I do want to discuss it. I think that would be I think it'd be great. Let's see here. Holy crap, there's a lot of comments. Zero to Hero. Oh yeah. You know what it is? Like I haven't seen Hercules probably since home video back in the 90s. It's been a while. I think I need to do a Disney binge at some point. Going to review King Kong memes. Why would I review memes? That's where I kind of crossed the line. Memes, yes. I know somebody asked in the comments about merchandise, but I don't know if I have the capacity to do merchandise because there is so fucking much of it. Couldn't do it, keep track of it all. Worst Disney movie? Again, Hunchback 2 is the worst Disney movie ever made. Disney thing ever. I'd rather watch Cars 2. I'd rather watch Loet. Hunchback 2, guys, is so bad. It's so bad. I'd rather watch Song of the South. Yeah, Song of the South is a better movie. And that's like considered the worst thing they've ever done. Like, okay, yeah, I know it's culturally insensitive, but for fuck's sakes, the animation's actually really nice and the songs are great. You know, people sing about zippity doo dah. No, I'm all about how do you do 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 do. I love that shit. But fucking Hunchback 2 was awful. It's fucking garbage. What are they thinking? Dave Chappelle's curled down. Oh my god. No, it's Tyrone Biggums, the crack addict. It's like, it's been a while since he's back in town. You tell anybody, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Craziest crackhead in the town. Peanut butter and crack sandwich. I love the Chappelle show. I love at least the first 2 seasons. That shit's funny. Do I have any fan mail? I do not, unfortunately. Not this week, guys. I haven't received any. I will say this. My mom actually just came and visited today. And she handed me. I actually am going to do an unboxing, probably maybe Christmas Day or something. I don't know. I'm not a live stream, but I'm going to film a video of me opening up all my presents because she just sent me a big thing of Christmas shit. So I'll be doing a huge unboxing video at some point. I think that would be kind of fun for a fan mail fanatic Christmas, essentially. Let's see here. Say, Jack, I can see you're wearing a Toy Story shirt. What did you think of the ending to Toy Story 4? I discussed it, Jared, in my opening night with Evan Matthews on opening night for Toy Story 4. We did discuss it. I thought the ending was fine. Let's see. Worst TB movie. What's TB? Can you remind me? What would you do if Godzilla wins in Godzilla vs. Kong? I actually think I'd be like, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Kong got the first win. Godzilla gets the second. I think, you know what? I mean, as much as I'm on Team Kong, I don't care what the outcome is, because look, if Kong wins, good on me. Yay, Team Kong. But if Godzilla wins, I'll be like, hey, fair game. You know, you got a score. Now you're both even. You don't have to worry about it. That's kind of my opinion. I don't have I don't like this monster, I wind up destroying. No, I'm not going to do that. What toys from okay, Jared has a good question. So I used to actually collect all the toys from Toy Story. I've actually quit that. I've actually got rid of a lot of them. But if there was one I really wanted, I really wish they had made a figure of Rocky, the big muscled guy. And I really wish they made a toy of Snake and Robot, because those guys are cool. They never made a toy of them. Never did they make a toy of Snake. The closest they made to Robot was a McDonald's Happy Meal thing for Toy Story 2. King Kong is your landlord. Oh my god, I just burst through the window. Let's see here. What would you think of an R-rated Godzilla movie? Yes. Shin Godzilla is probably the closest to that shit. That was a great fucking movie. Thoughts on Transformers Prime? I haven't watched any really TV Transformers series outside of Beast Wars, because that was my generation's Transformers. I didn't grow up with G1. I didn't even watch Beast Machines. I think by Beast Machines I turned it off. I remember catching some of Transformers Energon and Cybertron, like the anime ones that were dubbed by Ocean Studios. And then I remember Transformers Animated. I actually remember the intro to Transformers Animated was actually pretty solid. Like, that was a good redo of the original series. I haven't watched Prime. I haven't watched any of the others. I've just stuck with Beast Wars for my Transformers kick. And the Bay movies. What Godzilla movie people hate but you love? Ooh, I can actually answer that. I know a lot of people don't like Space Godzilla. Freaking love Space Godzilla. The Space Godzilla movie is amazing. Thoughts on the new dinosaurs in Dominion? Looking forward to see what they do with it. I don't really want to say much until there's a trailer. I'm probably going to do a Let's Talk on Dominion next year, but because it was supposed to come out next year, but it's been pushed back. But I will probably wait for a trailer to give my full opinion on what it is. Peter Cullen's great as Optimus, but in terms of Megatron, not a big Frank. I mean, I like Frank Welker and a lot of other things, but David Kaye is the best Megatron. Yes. You know, it's funny because David Kaye and I actually talk on Twitter a lot. We follow each other. I would actually love to interview him, you know? And I'll probably message and say, hey, you want to do an interview? If you guys want to see me interview David Kaye, let me know. Because, I mean, yes, he's Megatron. Yes, he's Sashomaru, but he's done a lot of other stuff. He's in Kong the Animated Series, and I think that would be a good interview for our channel. You know, like, obviously it'd be Kong-centric, but I would want to discuss Beast Wars and Inuyasha and shit like that. Yeah, I do know that King Tyrannus. I do know that Sam Neill did confirm that. Let's see here. Thoughts on Code of Hero from Beast Wars. Which one was the Code? Because here's the thing. It has been a while since I've seen Beast Wars, so I can't remember what the Code of Hero was. Worst Tim Burton movie? The movie that actually made me turn off Tim Burton for me was Dumbo. That was the last straw. I'm like, Tim, you had one job. You were supposed to do the pink elephant scene with all your weird-ass hallucinogenic shit with stop-motion stuff, and you didn't do it because of political correctness and getting woke. So, yeah, Tim, call me when you do Batman 3, buddy. They killed, yeah, Dinobot, the way he went out like a fucking hero. Loved when, like, that was a great episode. That had me choked up as a kid. I loved when, like, fucking Dinobot was great. Opinion on John Wayne films. I haven't seen that many. The only one I've seen just because I was doing research on episodes for Kong was The Searchers. And I did like The Searchers. I thought he was actually really good. And I could see a lot of influences for Star Wars. Other than that, I saw the original True Grit because I have seen the remake. And I actually found the remake a little better. I think Jeff Bridges did a much better job. Which, by the way, guys, good news. Jeff Bridges is actually recovering. So, hooray for Jeff Bridges. I'm glad he's doing really well right now. Thoughts on the Green Mile? It's okay. I can't decide between that and Shawshank. Favorite character from Kong mythology except for Kong? What, just the dinosaurs? But that's it? I mean, the whole thing on Skull Island being essentially like this ancient civilization and stuff. Like, there's like, look, I just prefer it being essentially the Lost World. But when they add too much, it gets a little ridiculous. Like, I know at some point I was thinking about actually doing a review of the 2 Kong movies from the animated series in more detail. Because when I did my Kong animated series episode back in season 2, I was basically just kind of getting through it because I really did not like that show growing up. I hated it. I watched it all the way through and I thought it was awful. But I kind of just bypassed the 2 movies. And I thought, you know what? I should really give them their own retrospective each. Because I think they definitely do deserve it. Because they are movies. They are Kong movies. So at some point, I do want to discuss those 2 films. But the fact that he goes to Atlantis, I'm like, that's just stupid. Favorite Megazord? The original Mighty Morphin. I was surprised Jack hasn't started a Church of Kong this year. You know what? Look, I'm not really a big person of faith, but if there's one faith I would follow, this is gonna sound corny as hell, guys, but I'm gonna join the Church of Waifuism. They just started, I think, like a year or 2 ago. I'm like, you know what? That's a faith I can follow because it doesn't affect anybody. It doesn't set boundaries. It doesn't make any stupid rules. That's a faith I can follow. You know, so it's just, you know, it's like you know, it's like literally the Fonz from Happy Days. Just gives you advice and just says, go do with it what you will. I don't give a fuck. Exactly. The Hall of Waifus. Meanwhile, in the Hall of Waifus. Why does that sound like an amazing Justice League parody? Yeah, I knew the mama bear was killed in Shrek. That's actually one of the really funny parts of the movie. All right, so I'm gonna, let's see here. Let me go to get the link here. Let me see if we can get somebody on here. The Holy Kong. We seek the Holy Kong. Yeah, I heard Dark of the Moon isn't good. I haven't seen Dark of the Moon. Or no, I have seen Dark of the Moon. What am I saying? I love Dark of the Moon. Better that than Age of Extinction. Would you like to see Bruce Timm? Nah, I don't want to see a Batman animated series style film. Forest Fire would be nice. I mean, him and I have been talking a lot. He's really cool. Let's see here. Let me get frickin' see where Ryan's at, because I think Ryan wants to jump on. So I just gotta do something here. One moment, everybody. All right, we're back. So yeah, it's some other questions we have. Today's logic: snow, Christmas movie, tree, Christmas movie. Which Kong is the strongest? I would have to say 76 is the strongest Kong because he is taller, more mass, more body, all that jazz. Holy crap. I'm drawing a DeLorean. Ooh, okay, Sean, that actually sounds kind of cool. I mean, I've been in a DeLorean. If you want to go check out my Back to the Future video, that was fun. You know, I'm still kind of a little bitter that that episode when it first came out kind of tanked. I mean, I'm glad it's picking up now, but when it came out, we put a lot of work into that episode. That was like a year's worth of work, and it just kind of tanked because of like the algorithm. which I don't get because that's one of my favorite episodes I've ever worked on my show. Thoughts on Godzilla versus Gigan. It's you know what? That's one of the goofy ones I can actually watch and get fun out of because it's got the stupidest scenarios. It's got a theme park with a full-size Godzilla bust. It's got Godzilla bleeding. It's got Anguirus and Godzilla going, but it's got one of the greatest lines in kaiju history, and that's where that guy's like, "You're a hard bitch." What? What kind of saying is that? And on top of that, he sounds like a pirate. What? Like, he sounds like a literal pirate when he says it. It's so dumb, like, "Dar, you're a hard bitch." What? Who talks like that? Nobody does. Oh, thank you, Horses the Guy. You know, I watched that again. That's one of probably my best videos of this year. I really loved working on that one. I will say this. I actually have another BigJackFilms review in the style of a certain series intro coming out soon that I'm working on. So once I finish this live stream, I'm actually going to work on it tonight. And it'll hopefully be out by the first week of 2021. Let's see. Opinion on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I've never read the book, but I have seen bits of the Disney movie, mostly the stuff that, what's his name? The guy, who was the guy who did the shark in Jaws, the animatronics? His name escapes me. But he did the animatronics for the giant squid for Disney, and that was really good. That was really good effects. You can see where it would eventually go into Jaws. What should you have for dinner? You got any steak? Do some steak. In fact, you know what? I just stocked up on food before the lockdown, and I bought myself a couple of steaks. So Christmas tomorrow and Christmas Day, I'm doing steak, Caesar salad, and cooked garlic mushrooms because I know how to cook. Oh, and it looks like we have a very special guest coming on who is going to join us now. Everybody, please welcome Ryan, i.e. or AKA KaijuNetwork. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, I'm really close.
Oh my God, he's green screened. How do you do that? That's actually really cool.
It's in the cam mic settings on there.
I'm gonna have to give that a try at some point. But yeah, we're just shitting the shit, talking about Christmas movies, talking about movies in general, just giving people something to do. And yeah, we were discussing Godzilla versus Gigan with the greatest line in kaiju history. You're a hard bitch.
Yeah.
Well, he sounds like a pirate. You ever like, you're a hard bitch. It's so fucking stupid.
Oh, you know what's funny? I saw a comment earlier. I think you should do the King Kong Christmas special, Jack.
I don't think there was.
You should create one.
That would be, yeah, that's the thing. That's great. It's like, that could be a theme of an episode. It's just my character saying, okay, we're going to make a King Kong Christmas. Like, but why? Because everything needs a Christmas special. Batman, Star Wars. I'm surprised there isn't a Lord of the Rings Christmas yet. I mean, for God's sakes, Gandalf is freaking Santa Claus for the hobbits. So, yeah, we're just discussing that and seeing what else. Yes, I have seen Mechagodzilla. Oh, God damn it, Ryan. I love the memes that have been popping up on me lately because I'm actually on the group. I'm now part of a member of the Monstrosities live streams, which you should join us for that at some point, Ryan. I think they would love to have you.
They probably don't even know who I am.
Oh, I can get them to you can get to know them. They're really nice guys. We just shoot the shit and talk about kaiju stuff.
Yeah, small Jack Films.
Big chungas. But yeah, I've actually, I've got a another cartoon style intro for my show coming out at the beginning of 2021, which is gonna be cool. I was working on it the other day. But oh god, Big Chungus Films. Okay, can you please explain the Big Chungus meme? I don't get it.
I don't really either, but
it's just a DeviantArt Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, basically, but
it's Bugs Bunny drawn in a DeviantArt page because they're all about their fucking inflation fetishes. for
Someone's
some
asking
reason.
me if I've seen live and then it cuts off.
Yeah, I think so. I think probably because their comments are going so fast, they kind of just basically
Live and Monsters, or maybe it's Live and Monsters, came on October 16th. So sorry, nope, haven't
have
seen
not
it.
seen that. Love and Monsters, I think, is the movie. I haven't seen that. Bob Maddie, that's the guy I was thinking about. Morgana, thank you. Who did the animatronics for 20,000 Leagues? He ended up doing the shark from Jaws. I have seen Giant Behemoth. I think was that Willis O'Brien's last film that he didn't stop. I think it was the last thing he did in stop motion. And I have seen Black Scorpion, and yes, I know Black Scorpion reused the puppet. Oh, god damn it, Ryan, for fuck's sakes, Ryan. Turn that shit off. That was a one-time thing. Okay, that makes sense, Huey. Wait, what were we talking about? I've completely lost track.
Willis O'Brien.
Yeah, I have seen Black Scorpion, and I do know that the insects from the spider pit scene were actually reused for that movie. So if you want to see what the spider pit scene would have looked like, go check out Black Scorpion. So there's a little factor. Okay, that's a nice one. Let's see here. No, God, NC said, well, no, Tyler, you need to watch my Valentine's Day special. That's where it came from. That's where it originated. Oh, God damn it, Smith. But yeah, that's where it originated. And actually, yeah, we actually had our 4th anniversary of our remake of Kong a couple days ago as well. I'm gonna probably put if quarantine doesn't clear up by the end of next year, I'm actually probably going to be working on that on the side, is doing the documentary finally. I want to finally release that. It'll be like 5 years later. But yeah, that's kind of where I want to go in terms of don't, Ryan. Don't. I'm going to get demonetized. Don't do that. I need the money. Money's tight. We're under lockdown. Shit.
I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did want to, and speaking of which, I know a lot of people have actually been asking me about the recent bill that passed in terms of copyright and shit, in terms of like streaming. It's only applying to people who stream full fucking movies online, which I think is that's not cool. That is not cool to just like, look, I'm all for reaction videos. I'm all for movie watches and stuff. Just don't show the movie. You know, that is the only rules you need to follow. I know, Ryan, you did your stream of King of the Lost World, which I apologize for not joining you, because I would never watch that movie again. I figured for the 100th episode of the King Kong reviews, I will probably do a full, better review of that movie and just give it the fucking bashing it deserves.
There's no substance to it.
What?
There's like no substance to the movie either.
Yeah, like it's nothing. It is, no what? Literally, to quote how I feel about this movie, I'm going to quote an episode of Nostalgia Trek, okay? Here's how it is. I've got nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I mean, what the hell was I supposed to say? King of the Lost World.
The only reason I did that is...
Does the title even sound like it's going to attempt to be a good movie? I've been raped. No. I feel, honest to God, raped by this movie. It is that bad. There is no talent, no effort, nothing salvageable. Nothing salvageable about this movie at all. So do you see why it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life?
Yeah, but okay. The reason I did do the whole thing is because it was on YouTube, fully uploaded with advertisements by some channel that puts up public domain movies. So I thought it was public domain.
Well, that's because that channel is owned by the Asylum.
Fuck.
It's owned. See, you think just because it's there it equals public domain. No, it doesn't. You'd be surprised. Like, look, I mean, even when I've been learning a few tricks about copyright. Like for me, like whenever I want to talk about a song or put a song, I have to do a cover because, it's less detectable. But sometimes they'll be like, oh, this cover's copyrighted. Even the covers can be copyrighted. Because the people who made the cover own that version.
Oh, true.
So so basically the whole streaming thing and everything. Look, I understand streaming movies. Like gaming, I can see being like a problem for people because that is a huge business, especially with Twitch and shit. But movies is where I'm like, look, the whole thing with the reason they're doing this, I think it's going to be a limited bill. It's not going to last forever. I think once the pandemic clears and people go back to the theaters is when they're going to be pretty much cutting that law. But basically, the thing is because movie theaters aren't open, the movie business needs that like to survive. And the only way to do things now is through the streaming services. So this is a way to protect the streaming services from like, because think about it, like people can just easily grab the file, the raw file from the streaming service and then just like duplicate it and make copies. So I understand that. I do get this bill. But I think they are being very careful not to trite on fair use laws and, parody and everything. So reviews, parodies and stuff, we're still okay. It's the people who are like pirating these movies online. Like, just think about it. When Godzilla vs. Kong, if it does come out on HBO Max, do you know how many fucking pirate torrent sites are going to grab that fucking thing and like fucking download it to shit?
Anybody can screen record it too.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm all for like the bill. I understand, but you know what would actually be a safer move? Take a note from the adult industry on the internet. Obviously Pornhub and OnlyFans. They have software and technology. This is not meant to be funny. They have software and technology where if somebody tries to screen share or screen capture something, they can't, because there are people who will try to screen share something or like take a capture and it'll say, you cannot capture this website for privacy protection. Yeah. So my advice is they actually come up with a technology where if people try to screen share or screen capture the content, you can't. Like, it actually blocks those programs from being used.
Well, when me and Sean did our watch along of the Godzilla animes, when we did the share screen, the screen was black. So they must have some kind of algorithm on Netflix where you can't even show the screen.
They have screen protection. They have software protection from people trying to screen their stuff. That's basically how it works. And you know what? I honestly don't have a problem with it. Because you know what? Look, it's one of those things where whenever I review something, I make damn sure I have a physical copy of whatever I'm reviewing before I use any footage. Because, yes, I do have to get a digital version to show in the review. But I make sure I say, look, here's my receipt. I paid for the fucking thing. So let me review it. Look, you don't see fucking, all those toy reviews? You don't see them saying, well, I stole the toy off the shelf and I'm going to review it now. You're reviewing a stolen item. You didn't pay for it. That's the thing. That is the rule of law with reviewers. You have to pay for the product in order to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean that's like even when I was reviewing the movies, the Godzilla movies with Nick, I downloaded them off the internet, but I own all the physical copies, so I've paid Toho, I've paid Classic Media, so I don't feel so bad about it.
Show that you reviewed it, essentially. Show evidence. Like, here's the copy, here's the movie, Like, and look, you're easier that way. That's why now, I took a page from Team 4-Star by having a disclaimer saying this is under fair use, that's all owned by this, and I put links to where people can buy the product. Like, every time I review something now, I put a link to I put an Amazon link so people can actually go buy the DVD or the Blu-ray and actually go watch it.
Yep.
Because that's fair business. If I didn't do that, I'd get claimed to shit.
Right.
So it's just there's tips to get around this to say, hey, my reviews are under fair use and I'm also promoting the product. Because you notice, like, that's half the reason why I don't even review bad movies half the time, because, I don't want to get dinged. Like, I reviewed The Mighty Kong. I said it was fucking awful. And what happened? Copyright strike. That was my first copyright strike. So, because that's why I like to review good things. Things I like, not things I hate. Rarely do I talk about something I hate.
Is home video a dying art? I don't think so. I mean, that's
the thing. I think there are some people who want it to become a dying art because then they can, I'm gonna get those copyright motherfuckers. Like that. I think that's where it's at too. Is that yes, there are some people in the business who want to essentially, because I guess their idea is that reviews are bad. Reviews equal no money. You know? I think that's the thing. So, like, it's one of those things where I have to see the good instead of the bad, because if there's like, you know, obviously the good stuff is that, hey, it's protecting these people's products, and, you know, if you're doing a review and talking about it and doing commentary, make sure you've bought in the damn thing, right? Fair enough. This is a way to get rid of online piracy and shit. I understand that. But then for people to say, oh, well, we want to make this law pass because we want to get rid of physical media so we can keep all the money, and we can shut down reviewers because, you know, they're going to say something bad about our product and then we're going to lose money. See, no, that's stupid. That's stupid. You know, because that basically means you can pretty much shit out of your ass and hand it and say, here's my fucking product. And just eat it. Don't even talk about it. Don't talk about how much it smells and looks like shit. Because it is shit. Now give me your fucking money. I poop for your money. Fuck green, go brown.
Copyright is tricky. Says, shut up, Sean.
Okay. Ah, here they come. Oh my god. Let's see here. Why did Kong 96 get canned? I can answer that simply. Roland Emmerich's Godzilla. That's the main reason why 96 got canceled. That and Disney's Mighty Joe Young, but I actually don't want to put that in front of the blame because that was actually a solid remake of the original. Have you seen the remake of Mighty Joe?
No.
Do you have Disney Plus?
Yep. Is it on there?
It's on Disney Plus. It's in HD.
Cool.
Well, have you seen the original?
I've seen clips of the original.
Oh, go watch the. Well, you know what it is. I would actually say, like, watch the remake. It's a good giant gorilla movie. Like, it's up. Like, a lot of things about the film. Like, Rick Baker actually, who worked on the effects on it, said that's the Kong suit he wanted to make for '76.
Wow.
And also the cast is great. Bill Paxton from Twister. He was also in Aliens. Charlize Theron, one of her earliest roles. Music by James Horner and Lebo M, who did The Lion King. And what's great is 95% of the effects are all practical. There's not nice. It's suitmation and animatronics, and then about the other 5% is CGI, and they all use CGI for the most difficult shots. Is it like cheesy Disney movie, or is it actually like a good? It's a good live action. Because here's the thing: I always found Disney's live action movies from like the 90s to early 2000s that were released in theaters were actually pretty damn solid films. You know, like there's one that the one that I think really kind of started getting them good money was Three Musketeers from '93, which I don't know. Have you ever seen any Musketeer movie?
No. Okay,
Three Musketeers is a great movie. Is a great story. You know, it's the class. It's a boy band movie. You know, it's basically think a boy band, but if they were swashbucklers, like sword fighters and shit. It's great. but that Three Musketeers, it's got a huge cast: Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, Oliver Platt, Chris O'Donnell, Tim Curry. Can't go wrong with Tim. But that kind of set their record. And then they did obviously Mighty Ducks. They did Angels in the Outfield, like probably my favorite baseball movie. They did a bunch of like adventure movies like Iron Will, which is like a dog sledding movie. And but then and then there's like even George of the Jungle is actually that's one of the funniest things they ever made. George of the Jungle. Brendan Fraser, man, it's freaking O'Connell as Tarzan. It's like, yes. But then they did Mighty Joe Young, and here's the thing. Unfortunately, the movie did tank when it came out because here's the story about that. If you thought the cancellation of Kong 96 was bad, apparently Disney pushed back the release of Mighty Joe Young because it was supposed to come out in the summer of '98, but then Godzilla showed up and they're like, yeah, fuck that. And they pushed it to Christmas. And that year, I think, was total shit for a lot of movies that they just kind of let it slide under the table and said, it's there. They didn't even try to market it much, but it's one of their best live action films. And they actually worked on it together with RKO. In fact, I think it was like the last thing RKO ever did as a big time movie. Like they even updated the logo.
Damn. Well, maybe I should watch it for Christmas since that's when it was released.
Oh, it's a Christmas it's not a Christmas movie, but it's got some cheerfulness. It's a good adventure. One of my favorite Bill Paxton movies. I mean, aside from Twister. And you know how, I mean, he was freaking Hudson in Aliens. You've seen Aliens, right?
No.
Oh, game over, man. Game over. That was his, he made that line infamous, Bill Paxton.
I've also avoided Twister because it looks really stupid.
Oh, Twister's great. Twister's awesome. Freaking Carrie Elways, who's like a British guy trying to do a Southern accent. Dorothy, you stole my idea. Unrealized idea. Unrealized. Freaking Phil Seymour Hoffman. Like there's one of my favorite lines in the movie. It's so stupid, but I love it. Is when the Twister attacks a tornado attacks a drive-in, and Philip Seymour Hoffman goes up to Bill Paxton's like, "It's coming! It's heading right for us!" And Bill Paxton's like, "It's already here."
Somebody should make a compilation of Jack reacting to me not seeing movies.
Just do a reaction of me doing impressions of a bunch of movies. The sex zone, man! Oh, but no, okay, hold on. You know what? I'll be right back. I gotta recreate my favorite scene in the movie. I have 2 forks, but I don't give a shit. But basically, they're all sitting down having like food, and they're talking about Twisters, right? They're all like sitting down, they're eating and shit, right? And they're talking about the different types of Twisters. So F1, F2, F3. And then somebody brings up, it's like, yeah, we might see some F4s. It's like, what about an F5? And they all just like stop, right? Because like F5 is like a bad thing to say. So I love that. It's just like, has everybody seen that? So like you talk, so say, what about an F5?
What about an F5?
Well, what's that like? Finger of God. The middle finger, probably. Yeah, oh man, Twister's awesome. You know, I watched that. You know what? That is the perfect movie to stick on when you're in the middle of a massive thunderstorm. Like wait till the evening when you know a thunderstorm's coming in the evening and stick it on your TV. It's awesome. Like the perfect environment. The ride was awful. Like the ride was cool, but you know what my biggest complaint was? Not enough wind. Not enough wind in the ride. You know, when you make a ride about a killer fucking tornado, you might want to add more wind into those fans, guys. Come on. Like, I mean, like, I know it's funny because I can imagine all the people in Florida who go to the ride. It's like, I don't need to see a simulator. I see this in my backyard every Friday. You know, there's some stupid moments in the movie. The tornado roars like a dinosaur. Like literally, it's Jaws the Revenge logic. Because in Jaws 4, the shark roars. Like it roars like a dinosaur, right? Oh. Actually, it's the same roar from COG 76. Right? But like the tornado fucking roars. And then there's a scene where like it's attacking the drive-in. And the movie they're showing on the drive-in is The Shining with Jack Nicholson. So right when Jack Nicholson puts his face through the door and goes, "Here's Johnny," the tornado like sucks it. So through the tornado, you see Jack Nicholson's face. Like, "Here's Twisty."
What the hell?
Oh, it's so dumb, but I love it. And the whole time, Helen Hunt in the movie is so determined to like face this Twister face to face because it killed her father. So it's literally, "Hello, my name is Helen Hunt. You killed my father. Prepare to die." What?
Or she can do the Clark Kent and just stare at the tornado and yell.
And Kevin Costner's like, "No, I will sacrifice my." Oh my god!
I hated that shit.
Fine, that was fuck Man of Steel. Piece of shit movie.
I actually really like it, but I didn't like that scene.
No, you know what? Okay, there are moments that are good, but it's ruined from shit. The worst editing I've seen in the movie. Colorless, dark. Look. It's dark for this, not Superman. Superman is not Batman.
I think the one thing that it did right though is I don't think I've ever truly felt the impact of a Superman fight until I saw the way that they shot that scene with Zod.
You know what my mom said after coming out of the theater, because she hated it. You know what she said? It's too 9/11-y. It is! Like, literally, the whole point of the whole movie is like, hey, look, 9/11 could have been worse. It could have had Superman there trying to save shit. He probably would have made it worse.
He just like knocks over the Empire State Building. Ah, shit.
And fucking Cogs is like, what the hell, asshole? Oh my god, it's fucking stupid. Hated Man.
That's crazy. I feel like Kong 76 was that probably like shattered its reputation for a long time because a bunch of helicopters over the Twin
you know
Towers.
what? That's the thing. It's funny because it aired on television for the longest time. Then and they had the DVD, like the first DVD was just the poster. But then after 9/11, they actually recalled the DVDs, and they also took it off syndication on television for a couple of years. I think it wasn't until I'd say 2006 they actually started re-airing it again. Like AMC took it down for the longest time.
Yeah, they took a lot of stuff. They took a lot of songs and shows and movies that even had references like fire.
Like freaking Power Rangers, actually. They I think it was like it was Time Force. They apparently Power Rangers Time Force, a lot of stuff of like buildings exploding in like Angel Grove or the town or whatever, because they used the tokusatsu stock footage. They actually cut those out and replaced it with like a quarry or something. Oh no, they're blowing up a quarry. Okay, it makes our job easier. It's like, thanks, bad guys. No, it's like, oh no, the bad guy destroyed the quarry. Well, we're gonna blow it up anyway and build a condo. Thanks, guy from Mad Max. Yeah, the bad guy in Time Force is the guy who played a guy in Mad Max. So, you know what's funny? I watched Nostalgia Critics Review Batman Returns. There's a guy playing Christopher Walken's son who's doing an impression of Christopher Walken. That's the guy who played Zangief from Street Fighter. Like, what the fuck? Have you ever seen the Street Fighter movie?
No.
Oh, Street Fighter movie is like corny as fuck. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme's in it, and a bunch of it doesn't even resemble the game. The only thing that's in the game that's resembled is M. Bison.
I try to stay away from video game movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a
Rampage,
few. I'll say this: Ready Player One is the best video game movie, only because it has MechaGodzilla in it, and Kong, and the DeLorean, and the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and Batman, and the Iron Giant, who was supposed to be Ultraman, but they couldn't get the rights to it. Yeah, because actually, I bet you didn't know that. In the book, Ready Player One, the Iron Giant was originally in the book Ultraman, but they couldn't get the rights, so they actually did Iron Giant instead, because it was a Warner Brothers movie. Like, I guarantee when they made that film a couple of years ago, Ready Player One, that the reason they bring in MechaGodzilla was because, one, Warner Brothers and Legendary had the rights already, the license, but two, I can't be the only one who thinks Steven Spielberg and the effects crew went to Legendary and said, hey, you got any concept art for MechaGodzilla for a future film? They're like, yeah, we have. Well, some of our artists came up with some stuff. Why do you ask? Well, we kind of want to put him in Ready Player One, and we were wondering if we could borrow some of your designs and see what you guys got. And they're like, yeah, you know what? It'll be a nice little preview for a rematch we're working on.
MechaGodzilla was also Kiryu. Not really. The design wasn't like Kiryu necessarily.
Yeah, like I think in the book they say that like when like the bad guy's going through like the files of which mech he wants to use, I think the mech profile file name was Kiru.
Oh.
So, that my only problem with that whole sequence though is that yeah they used the Godzilla theme, but it was off pitched. Like it didn't feel like it felt lower pitched than the usual version of the theme. You ever notice that?
That's probably not a rights issue though, is it? They probably just did that on purpose.
Well, no, it wasn't a rights. I would love to see somebody take the track and just like pitch it up to sound like the original theme. like just a little higher, like about 10%. Although it's funny because that movie was also basically a test subject for a bunch of other movies. So like a lot of people loved it when the Gundam showed up, and now Legendary, I think, got the rights. They're doing a Gundam movie. So I'm like, yep. Oh, and also we might as well talk about this. The MGM is selling its entire fucking studio.
I heard that too. Yep.
My advice is, because they're already working with them, is that Warner Brothers or Universal buys them out.
Let's hope it's not Disney.
Yeah, well, because then they can rename Hollywood Studios back to MGM Studios. But no, and like, let's think about what MGM owns. Their most profitable franchise is James Bond. Do we really want Disney to make a Bond movie? That sounds kind of silly. I don't think that's up their alley.
Well, I think they've taken a lot of things that really aren't up their alley anyway, but...
Well, yeah, because it's like, I would say, well, the thing is, MGM actually, for the next Bond film, they're actually working with Universal. Like, Universal now has the, essentially the license to do Bond movies, which, you know what? Cool. You know, hell, do a crossover with Jason Bourne. Born and Bond. Born and Bond together at last. I'd watch that. It's one. You know what? Actually, you know who could actually profit it off and actually get a bit more under their gun is Paramount. Paramount should probably should buy them out.
I feel like Paramount doesn't even do anything.
Well, Paramount, like, look, they only do, like, as far as what I know, they own franchise-wise, they own Transformers, they own Top Gun, they own Mission Impossible. I think Tom Cruise has a really good relationship with Paramount. What else have they done? I think they own some of the Peanuts stuff, like the Charlie Brown stuff. They're really good. They really have really good ties with Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon and them work a lot. But I think Paramount, if Paramount wants to get into the game, they should buy out MGM. Hell, I mean, like back when I was a kid, because we have Canada's Wonderland, it actually used to be called Paramount Canada's Wonderland. And they had a bunch of rides, roller coasters based on movies. So we have the Top Gun ride, and we have the Tomb Raider ride, and the Italian Job ride at Wonderland. If they bought out MGM, I actually wouldn't see a problem with that, because back when I was a kid, they had a James Bond ride at one point at Wonderland, and that was really cool. That was based on the Bronson Bond movies. I'm trying to think what else MGM owns, franchise like movie. Like I know they bought out United Artists back in, I think, the 90s. They bought out United Artists, and United Artists had a lot of ties with like a lot of the early sound movies, or a lot of the silent films by Chapman and stuff. So they own a lot of those. I know, I'm trying to think of some movies they've done, MGM. A movie they actually did that I like is Rob Roy with Liam Neeson and Jessica Lange. Great movie. You want a good movie, good history movie? Go watch Rob Roy. One of the best sword fights ever. What else does MGM own? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. What else do they own? Don't they own? I think they own Goonies, don't they? I can't remember. Let me look up what are the. I'm actually gonna screen share this. Let's look up what movies MGM owns, like franchises.
I just found on Twitter some movie called Conga TNT.
Okay, so this is the thing. I've been getting a lot of people telling me about this film. I don't think it has any relation to the original 1961 film. It really doesn't. Have you seen the original 61 film?
Yes, Conga, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Everything about that movie is great except for Conga. Conga's the worst thing about it. He is the worst thing about that movie. Michael Gough is awesome in that film. Put him in if this was a Frankenstein movie, would have been pretty damn solid. But as a giant gorilla movie, it's like, that's stupid. I hate that suit. I hate that.
The DVD will be out March 16th. So there you go.
What about Blu-ray?
Just says DVD.
See, you know what it is? And here's the thing. I don't trust the movie. You want to know why? Because if I learned anything from the Asylum and shit, they work more on the poster than they do the movie.
Let's pull up the trailer.
I don't want to get dinged.
True.
Here, I'm trying to see what franchises, what movies do MGM own?
I've never heard of this fucking movie.
Oh shit, they own Rocky. They own the Rocky series, MGM. All right, well, put that. I would say put that under maybe, I don't know. Universal would make a good Rocky movie.
Oh god, this looks so much worse than I thought.
Yeah, you know what? See, that's the thing. They trick you. It's one of those covers. They put more money in the covers. Look, I just watched Velocipaster.
Ah.
Oh, there's a lot of honking outside. I don't know why. It's weird. But yeah, I just watched Velocipaster. That is so bad, it's good. But they spend more money on the poster. And MGM owns Wizard of Oz. Ooh, okay, you know what? I can see how this can be a bit of a battle. Because think about this, man. Nobody has attempted to remake the Wizard of Oz. You ever know? They'll do all the other Oz books, but they won't do the Wizard. Whoever owns MGM will be able to do a remake of Wizard of Oz. Shit. Please not Disney. More reason for Disney not to do it. They're going to do another shitty fucking remake, and it's going to be pointless, and then they're going to say, oh, well, we're actually going to make it a prequel to Return to Oz. That movie's scary as hell. There are literally decapitated munchkins in fucking glass cabinets. And they're shocked. They take Dorothy and put her in shock therapy. Why? And, oh, the creepiest creature in that movie, there's a couch who has a moose's head and flies. What were they smoking? But yeah, forget it. Yeah, they probably, like, that would be probably one of the bargaining chips. It's Wizard of Oz, James Bond, and a couple other movies. Like, Poltergeist was done by MGM, the original. Which, you want a good scary movie? That's one of my favorite horror movies, Ryan, is Poltergeist. The original, not that shitty remake.
Not a horror fan.
Well, it's the best ghost movie. Like, movie about, like, scary-ass ghosts. Freaked the hell out. And actually, I don't know if you know this story. So, the movie was directed by Tobe Hooper, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? The original. But it turns out the person who had the most involvement with directing and making the movie was actually Steven Spielberg. You want to know why he refuses to take credit? And he pointed the finger at Toby? Because there's been something happening called the Poltergeist curse. It's been happening for almost 40 years since the movie came out. Actors from the movie have died. The little girl died in the movie. The one that's like, here. She died. A lot of people died. And recently, and so you know what? I think Steven saw people dropping like flies that he worked with, and he's like, Toby did it! And then Toby dies. So literally, this is some Final Destination shit. I think Steven pointed the finger at Toby so that he could get the axe. Because he didn't want to fucking die. It's like, dodge the bullet. Well, let's go make Jurassic Park 6. So, yeah, like, I think that's the theory, is that Spielberg did direct it, but he pointed the finger at Toby so not to get the Poltergeist curse. Dick. Thoughts on the Return to Godzilla? That's one of my favorites. I really like Godzilla 84.
Yeah, I found it boring when I first watched it, but...
Here's the thing. It has one of the best scores to a Godzilla movie. Like, okay, you know the opening credits music?
Mm-hmm.
Why does that sound like something out of The Godfather?
Yeah, it sounds way different from any of the other themes that they've done. It's honestly, it sounded kind of like Batman-like.
No, I thought it sounded like The Godfather, like the theme to The Godfather. And so I keep expecting like frickin' Don Corleone from The Godfather, like frickin' Marlon Brando to show up, like, look how they massacred my Tokyo.
Yeah, it is certainly a weird one.
I do like it because I like the score. Like, it is probably the most powerful of some. Like, I think next to like the original score, it is one of the most powerful Godzilla pieces of music. Like, Here's something I actually want to discuss. Favorite version of the Godzilla theme? Like, which film did the superior version?
Fuck. The original?
No, well, I mean, like, it's the original, I would say, probably Destroya, the end credits. Bear McCleary and King of the Monsters, that was amazing. I know I'd even say, you know what, the version they used in Sunset, always on whatever 2. That is probably the most booming and most powerful version I've heard, because that thing's loud.
I'm sure it's in the opening of Mothra versus Godzilla 2, I believe.
I think it is. I found those are some of the best versions of the theme. I know the one from Godzilla versus Biolente when he comes out of the volcano.
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I tried to rewatch it a couple of months ago, couldn't get through it.
I have, I used to. No, I actually sold a few Godzilla things. I actually used to have a Japanese import of that movie on VHS. So it came with a bunch of old Japanese promos and shit. But I always found probably the Heisei era to be my favorite era of Godzilla. Only because, like, it's like, that's where it went complete, like, almost like Batman the Animated Series. So we can be dark and all that stuff and stick to the original character, but we can also add some fun to it. Like, I feel like that's what the legendary movies want to be, is they want to be the Heisei era.
Yeah, they kind of started with the science-y thing, but then Godzilla King of the Monsters started leaning into, like, religion and stuff like that, and I think they're getting away from the more naturalistic, because Kong Skull Island was all about, like, this, like, the only time they mentioned, like, the deity side of it was, like, through the native perspective, but I really liked how 2014 felt like, oh, Godzilla's a creature of nature, and, you know what I mean? Like, not like he's a god.
No, I would have preferred, honestly, if they stuck with the whole... Because that's one of the things the trailers lied to me about, is that you essentially promised me a big-budget remake of Godzilla 54 with Bryan Cranston as Raymond Burr's character. Like, you were selling me on, this is a creature created from our own weapons, and it's our consequence. We are fucked. That one of the things the trailers get me on is that they pretty much have the impending doom down, where every one of them, you're like, the trailer should just say, this summer, we are fucked. Right? Like, you sold me on that. Like, I'd say the original teaser trailer from Comic-Con, that is one of the best trailers ever, because, like, that, you look at that thing, you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, I'm gonna retire now. You know, like it, and I wanted that. I wanted America to do a remake of the original, and it went like, I feel like they are aiming, like, they want to do Heisei, but they're aiming a little bit towards Showa, where, like, late Showa, where he's like a guardian, and I don't want him to be a guardian. I want him to be like, I like Godzilla being an anti-hero where, look, he's just going to take out these monsters. Y'all motherfuckers are just in the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I always compare it to, like, how I'm in Destroya, the movie starts, and isn't he, like, rampaging Hong Kong?
Yeah,
and then eventually
he's the hero. Heart attack. He's having a fucking heart shit fit. He's like, oh my God, my fucking heart's burning up.
Yeah, that was good, because, like, he would come in.
Pepto-Max!
Right, he would still be the Godzilla would come, like, destroy everything, and then he would go fight a monster. So you know, I do kind of miss that. Like, we haven't seen a movie where he just, like, goes in and wrecks shit.
Or he's not the villain. Like, he's not, like, I mean, even King of the Monsters, like, yeah, he's smashing shit, but it's like, he's still, like, here. Like, I get Godzilla, like, for kids, he's my hero. Look, Godzilla isn't fucking Reptar. He's not Reptar. He's a freaking dinosaur, radioactive from our own fucking nuclear weapons. It's our own damn fault. It shouldn't be, like, I understand the whole, oh, well, he's been created for thousands of years and he was treated as a god by the natives. Look, here's where I can kind of balance that. He was a dinosaur. He was just a dinosaur. And people saw him, like, or like one of the last living dinosaurs, and people saw him as a god or whatever. Like, so basically go the route of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. He was a Godzillasaurus, essentially. Right? Like, go that route. And then the bombs from Hiroshima made him bigger, and he got really pissed off, so we tried to throw a fucking 54 bomb, the fucking little, like, the fucking, the Lucky Dragon shit, made him even madder. Made him even more. See, that's what I would like to see, is, like, explain that he was already created, like he was already a god and shit. Fine, you can do that. But have it where the reason he's able to breathe fire and all that is because of the nuclear radiation. So basically, it's like, you know, the bombs made him worse. The bombs mutated him. You know, and then the second bomb, like, yeah,
then that just makes it feel ultimately like we caused everything. Like,
yeah. Yeah, see, I can write this shit. You know what? And then you know what you can do? Have a flashback. Have a scene from 54 before we dropped that bomb and tried to kill him. Have him attack Tokyo. Like, have it where Tokyo was attacked, but we covered it up. We covered the whole thing up. We just said it was another bomb.
Guys, let's force Jack to do a Godzilla remake.
Oh, or you know what you do? No, here's what you do. For, like, I'm talking about the legendary movies. Explain. Oh, this would piss a few people off. Explain that the reason we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was because Godzilla was attacking. That was our only option.
That'd be a good, like, history crossover.
Yeah, there. So, like, basically have it where that's why he's all radiated and everything in the legendary verses, because he did attack. He was a dinosaur. He was like maybe about 100 feet or whatever, so about the same size as Kong. And then our military saw that and we're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, drop it.
Well, right, because then they could use the excuse that, well, like, he could come to California if he's already in Japan, so we'll just take him out.
Yeah, I just think that would explain. That's how you can bring up the whole nuclear, like, and then say, like, well, we couldn't tell the world that there was a giant fucking dinosaur, so we basically had to say it was basically us winning World War II. Basically have it where World War II was already won. Maybe have it where the Japanese actually already surrendered, but then, oh shit, giant fucking dinosaur.
Right, and the rest of it was just a front to beat Godzilla.
Yeah, and basically, yeah, that was a cover-up to say we bombed them so we could, you know, we could have the Japanese surrender. That would actually be kind of interesting. Look, it would piss a lot of people off, but you know what? Hell, you know, fucking, what was it? The fucking Godzilla versus King Ghidorah pissed a lot of people off. Because, like, apparently it was actually under controversy because they said it was pro-Japanese. Like, it was, the movie was anti-American. It was literally, the movie was anti-American, so this is us saying, well, this is anti-Japan. So it'd be like, take that, you dinosaur! See, that's how I would write it. And you know what? Yeah, if you actually want to make it even better, like, here's how I think, say Toho did Godzilla versus King Kong instead of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Same movie, but replace King Ghidorah, the Dorats, with Kong. And instead of being a baby Kong, have it where when they're fighting in the battles of World War II, they see Kong fighting a Godzillasaurus, and the bomb nuclearized both of them.
There you go.
So have Kong now, the reason he can do lightning shit is he was mutated from the nuclear radiation.
I also think they missed an opportunity with, especially now that they've explained away Ghidorah having gravity beams in the Monsterverse, how the storm system on Skull Island should have been used to do a lightning thing. And I know, like, a lot of people might not like the lightning thing, but I mean, they've already made this Kong similar to Toho Kong anyway. Like, just go with it.
Here's what I think they should do. Like, look, I don't know how you would give him lightning powers. My only assumption would be that maybe he ate a Ghidorah, or he ate, like maybe he was just eating Ghidorah and the lightning DNA fused with his. So I don't know. Like, I don't want it. I would rather see it be a battle between power and strength. Kong is stronger, so he can lift Godzilla up, but Godzilla has more power, firepower.
Did you see that video that they did, like, they analyzed the battle between the two? Because they made a really good point that I never thought about before about how if they're in a city, Godzilla can't move around buildings as well because of his tail. And Kong has that advantage as well.
It's that, and also, I imagine Kong's punch. He punches Godzilla in the face. It's going to be like a fucking shockwave. So it's not gonna be a lightning punch. It's gonna be like, oh, like, you know, that would be like a hurricane punch. That sounds like an attack. He's like, hurricane punch. Like, yes. You know, I would just love to see, if you want to go over the top, have them fight in New York and Kong just takes the Empire State Building and smashes it over Godzilla's head.
Yeah, just like break the needle off.
No. What he does is he basically, because they're both higher than the Empire State Building, he basically just takes it, like if this is the Empire State Building, he just takes it, lifts it over his head, he's like, fuck you!
Boom.
Like, yes. Oh, that'd be awesome if we just toss the fucking thing at him. Or no, and then he takes the Chrysler Building and he hurls it like a spirit Godzilla.
That'll work too.
That'd be amazing.
Jam it down his throat. Jam it down his throat. How about that?
Or no, he just stabs him with it. No, Kong takes the Empire State Building and stabs Godzilla with it. It's like, oh fuck. Oh man, but yeah, I think with Ready Player One, they already had Mechagodzilla handy for that eventual team up. Because yes, guys, we know what is going on with Mechagodzilla in this movie. Let's just go into spoilers. I know a lot of people are trying to avoid talking about it for some reason.
I don't want anybody in the comments to spoil it, but we can speculate.
Look, he's gonna be in the movie. The toys spoiled it.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I still don't know about the plot of the movie.
See, here's what I think. What I assume is that they're going to fight each other, Godzilla and Kong. They have a couple of rounds. Godzilla wins. But here's the thing. Godzilla doesn't kill Kong. He just beats him into submission to say that he's superior.
Well, sure, yeah.
Right? And basically, here's what I think. They kind of go the route of the Heisei and Millennium Era, where the military does build Mechagodzilla, but then here's what happens. It's hijacked by terrorists.
Right, by the Apex group.
Yeah, imagine Charles Dance in the fucking running the robot. God, that actually sounds kind of cool. You know, he's like Al Gore. He's like, this is the end of you, man-bear pig. Then he can do his line. Long live the king. That's me, bitch. I don't have to take this. I was in Alien 3. But yeah, so I think, because we haven't seen that before, so we've seen Mechagodzilla RC'd by aliens, we've seen him piloted by people, and we've seen him be made out of the bones of the original, causing some psychological wave. We've never seen him hijacked by terrorists.
Nope.
That'd be kind of cool. A weapon used to fight him ends up being used by the bad guys.
Sean says, I just the thought of Charles Dance voicing Mechagodzilla.
It's he does dialogue from King Kong Escapes. Kong, return to the ship or I will drop the girl. No, I know you do. You have Charles Dance, he comes out, it's like, I was Doctor Who the whole time.
Oh, dude, no. You know what? What do you think that they'll do they'll rip his head off and then he'll continue to fight just like in Terror Mechagodzilla?
That would be cool. But yeah, I think they should do that. But then here's how you actually kill him. Pull a Dragon Ball Z. I think Sean and I discussed it. Have it where, look, Godzilla isn't one to save humanity. He just wants to destroy his opponent. Kong, on the other hand, is a guardian of the Earth, is a guardian of mankind. You can still do the whole Kong dies thing, but Godzilla doesn't kill him intentionally. It's
a sacrifice
to save humanity. Basically, he goes behind Mechagodzilla, pulls a full Nelson, and tells Godzilla, breathe your goddamn fire breath and kill us both. So have it where Godzilla, when he breathes the fire, it hits Mechagodzilla in the stomach, and it goes right through him and Kong.
That seems like an ending, and then at the end they'll Godzilla hug him oh, I'm sorry.
No. He just looks down at them and says, "Stay down, King. You've seen enough."
Well, when me and Sean did our theory about Kong and Godzilla in that movie, we have a theory that Godzilla will die by 84 death falling in the volcano, and Kong will try to save him, but he won't. But he'll.
No,
we have a
have it
whole
where
video on that.
Godzilla basically pushes Mechagodzilla into the volcano. They both fall together.
Sure, they could do the
Lord of the Rings. We can do Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, do the Darth Maul thing.
No,
Like
I think
Kong's hanging on.
Kong sacrificed himself to save humanity, and Godzilla is now king. But then here's what you do. You do kind of a Dark Knight scenario where now the public turns on Godzilla and hates him. Because you not only killed our only weapon, but you've killed our only guardian.
True.
So it's like he's framed for murder.
Godzilla goes into hiding.
He goes into hiding, and he goes back to Atlantis or what the fuck ever. Look, I'm convinced that's Atlantis. I don't give a shit. That's Atlantis. Right?
You could do
and then you do the
Island.
follow-up movie. Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters.
I always wanted Gareth Edwards' idea of the Monster Island kind of thingy.
Yeah, so then that can lean to the next sequel. Do Destroy All Monsters. The title says it. Now humanity wants to kill them all.
True.
Come on, there's the whole setup for a series, and then I don't know, have the final boss be Destroya. Maybe the Oxygen Destroyer from Godzilla awakened Destroya. Maybe it created him.
That wouldn't be a bad idea either, because you have Charles Dance and those terrorists who want to let the monsters destroy shit. You want to have then you kind of have the Monarch people who are more neutral. They're like, some of them are good, some of them we need to stop, and then the public could be like, kill them all. So you have like these radical ideas of like what to do.
Yeah, like you can basically, it's Fallen Kingdom done right. Because one of the things in Fallen Kingdom that was kind of a mixed message was basically when they say that Isla Nublar is going to blow up, humanity has a choice: save the dinosaurs or let them die. And Jeff Goldblum's like, let them die. Mr. Goldblum, weren't you on that second island? What second island? Well, we're going to pretend that never existed. Yes. No, but have it where you can have the Senate is like, should we just kill them? And all the man public is like, kill them all!
Right, you know? People start going up to Godzilla and punching them in the fucking foot.
No, they all just chant at the Senate hearing, destroy all monsters.
What if you know how they had the scene where they put Superman to court? What if they bring Godzilla into court and they sit him down?
But then one of the things I really didn't like about Batman v Superman. You're implying that Lex Luthor essentially set up Superman to be labeled as a terrorist by having the bomb go off and basically saying Superman did it. You don't do anything with it. They didn't do any. You ever notice that they didn't do a single thing with that whole plot?
Yep.
Just Superman's just sitting there like, well, shit.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
you know?
they bring Godzilla in chains and they sit him down and they question him.
No, here's what I think. If they do destroy all monsters, and obviously you can do your big Avengers Endgame battle, right? With you have Godzilla, Mothra, a couple other monsters against rebuilt Mechagodzilla, King Ghidorah, maybe Gigan and Rodan shit. But it's like, oh, we're short one. The good guys, we're short one monster. And then it turns out, or no, you know what you can do? You can bring Kong back. And you know what you do? Mecha Kong. Have it where he's not in armor, but because he died, you do King Kong Lives kind of where you actually you add cybernetic enhancements to him and keep him alive.
Cyborg Kong.
Cyborg Kong, yeah, because everybody's wanted that, and then have it where he's programmed by the bad guys and he's on the bad guy side, but maybe have it where the good guys are like, no, Kong, you're a good guy. Remember who you were. Remember your roots.
Kong has all this metal on, and then the Kong King of the Apes.
It's like the Winter Soldier.
Do.
Yeah, he's like a Winter Soldier, and then he breaks his fucking trance, and then he finally joins the good guys.
Oh, dude, imagine a metal arm Kong.
Well, I think it would be cool.
Crushes the girl.
Goes up to the battle. Jet Jaguar.
Oh, no.
And then he shrinks down. He's like, they want to know who he is, takes off his mask, and it's fucking Bryan Cranston.
Oh, my God.
You've won me because you've gone full circle. And basically explain, how are you alive? Well, what happened? They dumped him in the ocean, right?
They never actually explained what they did with the body. They just zipped up the bag.
That's the thing. It's like, well, when they took my body, then a group of aliens kidnapped me and took me back and reprogrammed my body into a giant mech.
At this point, they've blown open the door for anything to happen.
And it's like, well, how did they power your heart? Meth. Goddamn right.
That would get a standing ovation.
Yeah, like there. Look, you've already gone completely bonkers. Go even further. Go more crazy. Look, the Japanese come up with this shit all the time. You can one up them here. See that Bryan Cranston comes back to the Jaguar and he's powered by meth.
Everyone gets a reference. Everyone's satisfied in that scenario.
Exactly.
The Ultraman fans are like, oh, we kind of got something.
Yeah, and then do a whole, final battle. You have all the monsters fighting, and then it's not just Ghidorah against a bunch of other monsters. It's like one army of monsters against another army of monsters. How crazy would that be? Like, it's like, you can have Mechagodzilla, Gigan, Mutos, and they're all in one corner. And then the other corner, you have Godzilla, Mothra. Are you still there? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah.
Just fuzzed out.
And then you have this big fucking monster war. You could call it either Godzilla Destroy All Monsters or Godzilla War of the Monsters.
Yeah.
Just do a battle. And then, I don't know, bring in Godzilla's son or something at some point. But don't make him like a Pillsbury Doughboy. Make him like Godzilla
Junior. Yeah.
Yeah, have Biolante show up.
Yeah, I think Biolante would be
He's like
so
Tremor.
good.
He's like underground and shit.
Yeah, he'd be a cool Titan, just a monster to see them recreate.
See,
they can make him look so good.
Like kind of a root monster. That's how.
Like he grows on buildings and stuff, and like consumes a city block.
Yeah, he's underground. Like his strategy is to be underground, so when monsters come out, he can just drag them from below.
They can make that scary.
Yeah, like dude, it's fucking Tremors. Just do Tremors, but with Biolante.
They're not bringing Baragon back.
Yeah, they bring Baragon, and I don't know. Humans build another mech, but it's smaller than Mechagodzilla. It's the fucking Moghra. Moghra versus Mechagodzilla. You can do all kinds of shit. I don't know, who else could they bring in? Like bring Batra and fucking have Batra and Megaguirus fight Mothra and Rodan. And it becomes a fucking dogfight. And then have it where, like, the terrorists and the military have, like, jet fighters in between. So while you have all these monsters, like, in this dogfight flying with shit, then you have all these, like, jet fighters going shit, like go crazy. Like, I'm coming up with better ideas than the studio would. Go completely insane. Go do what Final Wars couldn't do. Just literally make it the
we should just have a big picture. Yeah, we need a big pitch video. We'll send it to Legendary.
No, you know what you do? You just do Independence Day, but with monsters. There. Independence Day. Go all out. Like, I don't know why they don't fucking do this. It would be awesome. Plus, you could just CGI the whole damn thing. Like, I mean, like all the effects. And it doesn't cost you a damn thing. You don't pay effects artists anyway to do their job. You can make all this work. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that could happen. Like that would be a great. And then the big final boss is Ghidorah. It's Destroya. And then Godzilla dies. He sacrifices himself.
I'd really like to see a new enemy though. Like I'd really like to see them come up with something big. Do freaking Cthulhu or some shit. Like
no, they just bring in. They just like, all right, you know what? We've routed all our options. The aliens and the terrorists, they like team up. Like it's like Davy Jones and shit from Pirates, and it's like we've routed all our options. Send in the Clovers.
Oh no!
They bring the fucking Cloverfield monster.
Oh shit!
That's like, oh, fuck me.
I mean,
I don't know
yeah.
how the Cloverfield monster stop on J.J. Abrams and somebody comes by and like, that's for Star Wars.
Yeah, release the Kraken.
Yeah, that's it. Release the Kraken.
Man, let's just hope that we get a trailer this week for Godzilla vs. Kong. If not, then we're waiting again.
Probably after Christmas. Probably like after like around Boxing Day or something. But yeah, no, there you go. Godzilla versus the Kraken. Bring the fight. Like the Kraken could be a fucking what is it? A Titan.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much they could do with more Godzilla movies, but I don't know. One thing that I think is interesting is like, do you think that that Kong is a character they can branch out enough to do new shit with?
I think it should just be this one movie and then call it a day, unless they bring him back as a cyborg Kong in the 4th film if they ever do it. But I think after that, they should give Kong a rest.
Because some people really want to see a sequel to Skull Island.
Oh, I do too. Like, I want to see a second one, but I think they should just, in terms of just franchising Kong, I think, because you know what? We've had a couple of good Kong things lately. We've had Kong Skull Island, we have Godzilla versus Kong, and we've had that horrible television series. And you know what? I think that's enough Kong for this decade. Well, give him 10 years and then bring him back.
I still got to hear somebody say King Kong in one of the legendary movies. They just got to do it, because they can always just back it up and say we're doing the novelization.
Well, you know what they do is a prequel to Kong Skull Island and actually have a remake of the original, except no New York at the end.
That's true.
And you could explain why you can explain more. Just do the remake of the original and just make it more, here's what happened. Here's here's the real story.
You know what's interesting too? We always talk about the first Godzilla trailer being misleading. So was the Kong Skull Island trailer. That first trailer was dark and scary.
You know what I liked about it? You know what it gave me a vibe of? The original Planet of the Apes. Like the OG Planet of the Apes. I think it was because of that. There's that one piece of bit of music in the trailer. It's right at the end. It's like, it's like the whole trailer was.
Yeah.
It sounds like something out of Turok. You ever played Turok?
No.
Turok is a first-person shooter, but with dinosaurs. Right? It gave me a Turok vibe, but that whole like it sounds like that's like something like I keep expecting his fucking Dr. Zaius and shit gonna show up and charge after Charlton Heston. And they'll be like, the only good human is a dead human. This will be the birth of the Planet of the Apes. Like, it gave me that Planet of the Apes vibe, like Jerry Goldsmith's score to the original.
King Kong Escapes remake. Oh my God, no.
Oh God, they bring it, and then it turns out Doctor Who in this one is the Time Lord.
You know what? Mechanic Kong versus Mechagodzilla. It has to happen.
I just call it Robot Wars.
Fuck it.
Robo Wars. And then RoboCop shows up.
Oh my God.
And the Terminator comes out like, I'm back to finish this. We must get the Mecha Kong and Mecha Godzilla. They're built from Skynet technology. We must go to the chopper. Put the cookie down.
Let's see. Monster vs. Pacific Rim crossover. Yeah, that was hope. That's not happening.
You know what? They could explain that the whole thing's underwater or just a portal into a gateway to another dimension. So basically, that's how Godzilla shows up. He goes through the portal.
Right. They open a new breach, or they reopen the one that they destroyed. Well, no, because it's reopened in Uprising, so they're going to go back.
Or from the Millennium era, where they tried to use like some sort of portal black hole thing to kill Godzilla. And then it turns out
that movie sucks.
It's a gate. They just basically say, we're just going to send you to somebody else, make you somebody else's problem, Godzilla. We're going to send you into another dimension.
I wonder if Toho still has the suit from 2000 that they used in Metal Gear.
They had it. They've shown it at Comic-Cons the last few years.
Yeah, shit. They could just throw it right in there in the Pacific Rim movie.
Yeah, no, and then, yeah, and they basically pull dialogue from the ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z. Maybe you won't be such a disappointment, Nappa, in the next dimension.
David, I've read the Birth of Kong comics. I assume Jack has, but if you have,
I have the comics actually. They're sitting on my shelf proudly. Actually, hold up, I actually got a few new books. There's two I can't reveal yet because of the sponsorship I have, but I can show you some of the recent books I've recently collected. Let me just go through here. Hold on. Nope. I'm pretty sure I have it. Nope. Well, that's a sponsorship. Yep. Here are some of the recent Kong books I've obtained recently. So I do have Birth of Kong. I have the one trade, not all the issues, but I have that. So I got that off Amazon. I've got Kong and the Planet of the Apes, which is actually a really good comic. You should read this. Like, it's really good. It actually takes place like literally after the first one. Like, basically, Dr. Zayas and them go chase after Taylor, and when they come across the Statue of Liberty, they look behind it, and there's a body of a washed-up Kong.
Oh, shit.
And then they go to Skull Island, and they, like, realize all the ancient... They think, like, Kong's, like, their ancestor. Like, their true god. Oh, it brings up some interesting issues. Like, it's an interesting read. And then I did get this. I haven't read it yet, but I do want to read it. This novel. Basically, it's kind of like Kong the Animated Series, but a way better plot. Basically, it takes place after the original. Kong dies on the Empire State Building in 1933, but then let me just read the back here. At the dawn of the new millennium, New York City spruced up to celebrate with the party of the century. Even the city's famous skyscrapers got their first cleaning in many, many decades. It was there, at the widespread heights of the Empire State Building's soaring towers, that the discovery of a lifetime was made. A dried pool of black, tarry material proved to be none other than the giant drop of blood from the only creature ever to have scaled New York's tallest building. It was the blood of Kong. So basically, they were cleaning up the building, and they found a blood spot of Kong that's been there for years, right? For decades. Like a blood stain, or like a piece of fur or something.
Mm-hmm.
Several years later, Jack Denham, the grandson of interpreter Carl Denham, came into possession of some of this material, and he knew what to do with it. For Jack was a trained scientist and expert in genetic manipulation. His company had already created a new form of wheat to feed the world's starving masses, and a new bioorganism that eats oil spills from broken tankers. Now Jack and his team are ready to clone Kong. So Kong in this one is a clone of the original.
Sweet.
Against enormous odds, a second Kong is born in the heart of Manhattan. But once the news is out, Jack's main competitor, a mega tycoon, Charlton Heming, claims that Kong is his, and the law seems to be on Heming's side. Heming and Jack strike a devil's bargain. Jack can keep Kong, but he must take Heming to the mysterious Skull Island, where the giant ape was born, and where Heming can take advantage of the island's ancient flora and fauna for new genetic experimentations. However, Kong turns out to be the only giant of the island has spawned, however, Kong turns out not to be the only giant the island has spawned, nor the only monster of prehistoric times that has survived. So this movie actually takes place, like the timeline, it actually takes place in in the 2000s. So Skull Island and Kong have survived for the last 80 years.
Damn.
I do want to read that. Basically, it's Kong meets Jurassic Park.
That's some good remake fuel.
That's King Kong Lives, but better.
Yeah.
Like, we can't do artificial heart surgery with a giant fucking claw thing that you get in the toy shops. No, we have to clone him. We have to get this John Hammond looking motherfucker.
I don't know how much longer you're going to do this, but I do have to go in like 5 or 10 minutes.
I'm probably going to call it off soon too. So
okay.
I'll probably answer 3 more questions, and then we'll call it a night. So
yeah.
Jack and Ryan, Jeeps or Ghostbusters Ecto 1? I would say probably the Jurassic Park Jeeps. I'm gonna ask Smith this question. How many Kong continuations are there? There's technically a few. There's Son of Kong. There's King Kong Lives. There's Kong King of Skull Island. And there's Kong Reborn. There's like 4 alternate timelines that take place after the events. So, do you want to answer the last question, Sean, Ryan?
What are your favorite Showa suits from Godzilla? 1962 is my favorite ever. I don't mind 55 from Raids Again. The front view looks weird, but the side view looks pretty cool. I think they looked really stupid basically after 1964, but I don't mind the Gigan one. It's fine, but they just had like just raw monsters and stuff too.
I enjoyed the probably 62 is one of my favorites. I really like 70. Which one is Megalon?
73.
73. So
they used that for the Mechagodzilla movies too.
Yeah, I like that suit. The cheeks on him are a little kind of chipmunky, but it's cute. But I like it. That's like my hero Godzilla. Basically, that's the Godzilla that I think of when it comes to being a guardian of man. But I do like 62, and I do like 70, whatever. The worst one, in my opinion, is either the Raids Again costume or no, because like there's how like he looks all dopey. He looks like a Muppet. Like he looks like Oscar if he went on meth. Like teeth are all like he looks like his teeth are all like fangy, and he's like gets up and does that one shot where he's like robot. But the worst one, I'd say this: the Son of Godzilla suit is awful.
Oh,
he looks like
a fucking triangle.
He looks like a mascot of Godzilla. Like that one where his neck is like fucking 3 feet long. He's like, like you could see the actor's head through the fucking wire. That is one of the worst costumes. You know, I actually really like the Ebera costume. Yes,
he looks Cookie Monster-ish, but it's good.
But it's good. It's like that's kind of cool Godzilla because he's just like, nah, I'm gonna have lobster
it's
for
cartoony
dinner.
A little bit.
What?
But yeah, I hate the Son of God. I said it's cartoony a bit.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's like, okay, you know, that's the thing. My plan for the Legendary. What I think they were gonna do is first film just Gojira. Let's just with a monster with another monster to fight. Fine, make it dark and everything. When you get to the sequels, go have fun. That's where I'm like, you know what? Go have fun. But you got to give me an adaptation of the original first. Like, if I was running Hollywood, that's what I would tell them. Make the original, make it dark, make it an allegory, but then when you do the sequels, have fun. The cards are all, just have some fun. But I want that dark one first.
True.
Fucking Godzilla Land. Yeah, the Godzilla Land. The bust Godzilla Land. Like, ah.
Hey, can someone actually build the theme park from Godzilla vs. Gigan and open it?
Well, so no, they did. There's Shin Godzilla zip line in Japan.
Oh, that's right.
Zip line into his fucking mouth.
That'd be scary.
No, that's what I mean. Like I said, if I was there, I'd say, like, well, they're dead. No, and here's the thing about the Shin Godzilla zip line. It's full scale. Like, it's a life-size Godzilla mouth.
Is it?
And it's one of the biggest Godzillas.
I know in Japan they also have a 2014 bust statue that lights up.
No, but like this, no, they have literally Shin Godzilla's full. Basically, they built a fucking dome and put Godzilla on like a Godzilla skin over it. But they sculpted it into the dome. Like, yeah, I'd be going through that. Like, well, they're dead. They also they built a fucking Gundam in Japan that moves, and an Evangelion. From what I heard, they have an Evangelion bust, but hang on, I'm just gonna share the screen.
This thing is in Japan.
Yeah, but that's not full scale. Look up the Shin Godzilla bust. Look up the Shin Godzilla zipline. This is real.
I saw something about it a long time ago.
but it's finished.
Jeebus Christ.
That's real. Look at it.
It's a little slow. I apologize for that.
No worries. It's fucking real.
Holy.
I'd be like, yeah, you're dead. And imagine
this is a way better picture.
Lights up. I heard at night it lights up.
That looks so incredible.
I would
Props to the people who built that.
Nope. Like a zip line. Like I just like, lovely zip line through Japan. I was just like, nope.
Apparently, it's a museum.
Oh yeah, they're building a Godzilla museum that's going to be displaying all the original props and costumes.
Wow.
Like yeah.
Well, props to the people that built that thing, because Jesus Christ, that looks amazing.
Yeah, they are. I know they're also the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Museum. They just installed the final restored model of the original Jaws, like the animatronic. They have it on display in the near the elevator, or not the escalator. So as you're going down the escalator, you'll see it hung up on the ceiling, and it's like the OG original shark from Jaws. And they're also putting in the some props from Kong 76, including the full scale hand.
That's cool.
No,
there's a comment here.
Italy, I'm gonna show you this. This is kind of cool. Very quickly.
There is a comment that's asking you to talk about the 1994 Godzilla script from the Jan de Bont movie. You should do a Let's Talk on that. The Griffin one.
Godzilla?
Yeah, Godzilla vs. the Griffin. Good, really good script.
I just like the design. That's the Godzilla I want to see in a movie. And I'm just gonna show you this. This is cool. So
it looks kind of like crocodilian.
Okay, so this is in Italy. This isn't the animatronic hand that's going to be at the Academy Museum. This is actually the one from King Kong Lives. But check this out. So, can we see that? Yeah, that's the hand.
So cool.
From King Kong, and this is at a Carlo Rambaldi museum in Italy. So they have the original hand still intact. They have Baby Kong in a box. But yeah, this is the original hand used in that film. They also have the Baby Kong, or this is, I think, the Lady Kong suit, actually.
Yep.
So some of the stuff is still around, but hasn't.
Jesus Christ, that looks like roadkill.
Well, it's been rotting away. The latex has just been rotting away. I don't know if they're gonna restore it though. It'd be cool if they restored it, but yeah, this is the original King Kong Lives hand. The original hand is gonna be at the Academy Museum.
Cool.
So that's, yeah, like people I would love to take a photo with this thing.
Where is this thing?
Italy.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Carlo Rambaldi was Italian, so they have to put it where he was.
There's the next road trip for the King Kong reviews.
But yeah, they have like some of his sketches, his designs. Oh, they have one of the ET animatronics that is just the wire.
Looks like he was giving the middle finger.
Ouch. But yeah, so they basically, all that stuff's just been put in this museum. Now, in question about the original full-scale animatronic from Kong 76, spoilers for a future episode, it was dumped. It was basically, it had a world tour, and it rotted away to the point where they just dumped it in I think in a landfill. And it just disappeared. It just rotted away with the elements.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff just is not around anymore. But yeah, so I guess that's it for this live stream, guys. We just wanted to talk shit, talk about movies, talk about Christmas and shit, because we're all going to be alone on Christmas, forever alone, like the meme. I can't do the meme face. Want to thank Ryan, Kaiju Network, for jumping on. Really appreciate you coming in, man.
Yeah, no problem. And
yeah,
honestly,
keep in touch. Hope you have a good Christmas.
Well, you two you're going to be stuck in your apartment alone, aren't you?
Yeah, because we're under lockdown. Toronto's under lockdown, so I can't see my family.
Well, everyone, go give Jack a lot of support. Go like the video and stuff.
Yeah, go like the videos. Go support us. I'll give me a Merry Christmas. But I do have some good news. While I'm here, you guys can. Well, I'll explain it at the end of the video. But yeah, if you guys want to support us, go support Kaiju Network. And also, I want to give a shout out to a couple people that could really use some support right now, especially one that's actually going to be getting back into business, because I know a lot of people have been asking me, where's LUNACHI Bunny? And she has been taking some time off. But she's going to be coming back. So if you guys want to go subscribe to her channel along with JTISREBORN, go check out the links in the description. Please go subscribe to her. I think that that would be a great Christmas present for me if you guys did that. Really appreciate that. But other than that, if you have any other questions, stuff, let us know in the comments. Support us on Patreon. Just $1 or more will get you early access to all of our content as well as other special features. And if you guys would like to send us mail, gifts, donations, whatnot, you can so at this address: BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. I'd love to hear from you guys. We want to do more fan mail fanatics down the line. I am going to be doing one with all my fucking Christmas gifts on Christmas Day. So there's that. But until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is Ryan from KaijuNetwork and BigJackFilms signing off, saying tune in Christmas Day for the season finale of the BigJackFilms reviews and the King Kong reviews. It'll be the last episode of the year, and then we're going straight into the next season, and it will be on the King Kong musical. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody.